Ahmed Mamow.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a guest.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. It's nice to be here. It's like being inside of a brain that's tripping.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what I guess what I get the feeling of.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All the DMT is starting to
Yeah.
flood your body.
It's a guy who was taking DMT for the first time, and he's like, "This is how it's supposed to be." Type, like Himalayan flags and colors and
These are mandalas.
Yeah, mandala. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the spiritual tattoo of choice for hippie chicks in Australia.
Yeah. Hippie chicks. Yeah. Who doesn't love them?
I love him.
Yeah,
I love him. Coffee delivery.
Hey, wow, it's a high production in this.
Oh yeah, dude. These and the beans are organic. Like
Wow,
it's
really?
fair trade. Yeah, farmers coffee.
So a farmer has roofied the coffee.
Yeah, you roofied. So it's Ethiopian roofied coffee.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
Yeah,
Drink
get
up.
sleepy and awake at the same time. That's the best type. And the scream. You got the scream up.
Dude, we got the screen going.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
This is a special episode.
A special episode. Yeah.
I'm just warm because for the audience at home or and the subway, whatever the fuck you're listening, it's very cold in here. So I'm trying to warm myself up with the coffee.
Dude,
so,
I'm sorry if it's too cold,
Yeah.
but there's a window behind me. And yesterday I did 2 podcasts back to back and I had the window closed and I just felt it was so stuffy.
Yeah, because it's better to be a little bit cold than to be stuffy.
I want your nipples to get hard.
Okay,
I'm like, let's see what we can do here.
Yeah.
But if it does get too cold, let me know and like I can put on like a fireplace video or something.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Or I could even close the window for you.
Nah, it's okay.
No,
I get it.
Dude, you lived in Norway for a long time. You should have been adapted to this.
I never get. I always get surprised every winter, but like, is this the cold we're talking about? This is fucked up. But yeah. But my dream is to be one of those guys who like buys an island in the Dominican Republic or something and just stays there the entire winter and then comes back in like summertime.
Dude, you can win an island on like a Mr. Beast video challenge or something.
Yeah, but then I have to like eat 100 hot dogs or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You gotta be the last person to stay on that island or some type of like Survivor Squid Games type.
I think I'm too old to be that desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's for an island, bro. Are you too old to eat 100 hot dogs for a fucking island? That's the dream, man. No more winters.
But I actually saw, me and my friends saw, you could buy islands in Norway. But for like 100,000 kroners, but it's like really shitty islands. It's just not like there's no beaches or something. It's just rocks and stuff. So
why you wouldn't want that island?
Nah, but it would be funny to just have an island. Like, I have an apartment and I have an island. You just say call island Ahmed Island.
Yeah, that's a flex.
Yeah, and you can shoot people that come in your island because you own the island.
Can you turn it into like your country, like Ahmed lands? Like you can like have a flag and. Do you remember there was a bunch of people that did that on like an oil platform, like outside of England or something? They just declared it. I don't think it ever got through. I think like, nah, that's not a real country, you assholes. And they had a flag and they tried to like rewrite all these laws and stuff.
Yeah, they probably were just a bunch of sad guys who
just a bunch of incels with an internet connection, trying to like trick chicks to come over to their oil platform so that they can't leave.
Yeah, I got my own country. Just come over, man. Just it's just chill. We have beer here. Like it's probably that. They're like, nah, we cool. We like the bigger real countries.
We like the mine. You guys don't even have a Subway. Like, you don't even have Burger King.
You don't have schools.
So I got a hypothetical for you. Let's say you created your own island. Would you have any new laws?
Probably have some new laws.
Yeah, dude.
It's not allowed to wear jeans on Sundays.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I always get shocked when I see people like wearing jeans at home. You know, are you a home jeaner?
No, I'm not a psycho. What are you kidding? Fuck that. I'm a jogging pants at home guy.
Like that's the normality. That's but some people have like jeans on and a shirt on a Sunday and watching, I don't know, like Game of Thrones or something. That makes no sense. Like be comfortable in your own home. That's the whole point of having a home, you know? So,
I'm not trying to impress anybody in my house. I mean, like, look, I'm not impressing anybody with my fashion style anyway. That's not why people like me, because of like the way I dress. And at home, it's even.
I think you have something going on. Gray beanie, gray hoodie, something going.
But it's all very practical because I'm freezing too. The beanie is like I'm sitting underneath the window, and this sweater is actually a gift from my mum.
Oh, really?
Dude, I never buy clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I never buy them. And the only way I kind of get new clothes is my mom or my girlfriend buy them for me.
Wow. That's a flex right here.
Yeah. Not buying any new clothes. But I tell you what, I'm like such a, like, I'm so connected to things physically that, like, if I have a shirt that's like 18 years old. And I'm like, oh, I've had this shirt for 18 years. Yeah, but it's got a lot of holes in it. I can get another 6 out of it. You know what I mean? You know what I've done in this shirt?
Yeah, because when you have a good memory in a shirt, then it's like it's another dimension. But do you have like, is it like, it's a sentimentality on the shirt? Or this is because now it's like 90s fashion is sort of back. So it's the shirt back again? Or is it... the shirt is ugly now?
To be honest, I don't think it was ever in. It's always been pretty ugly. But it might be back in again now. But you know, the one article of clothing that you can't hold on to for very long is underwear.
Oh, I have some old underwear, but it's like it's very torn and stuff. But,
it's got holes in it.
Holes in it.
The ball sweat, like it eats through it like it's alien saliva.
Yes, I don't know what it is, but it's
ball sweat, bro.
Ball sweat.
You know what it is. Don't come here playing dumb. I don't know why my boxer shorts have holes in them. Ball sweat.
Ball sweat, but somebody should have a TED talk about ball sweat. I think, but have you seen TED talk recently? I think they have like gotten empty of like topics to talk about. It's like every new one is like, yeah, air is good. It's like, well, we knew that already. You're like, it's not that great anymore. That's kind of sad.
It was revolutionary when they came. You're like, wow, all these great ideas about education and like cryptocurrency, and now it's like, okay, well, like, who else are we gonna get? Should we get that guy again? Or
and also I think it was too easy to get in because I remember it was like, I think anybody can do it. You just send an email. They're like, just get in there. It's like you have like TED Talk X or whatever. But somebody should have ball sweats and how acidic it is.
Yeah,
how it destroys.
Especially if they use that to like revolutionize the energy sector or something like this is an unutilized resource that men are generating. Dude, I was thinking about something like that for because all the electricity bills are so fucking expensive, and it was like, oh my god, can't you like combine training centers where people go to spinning classes with like fucking generating electricity or something? Just hook up a bunch of exercise bikes and get your overweight kids to start pedaling for 2 hours.
Or they can do like stand outside of like where people like see on demonstrators stand and suck up all the small dick energy, or big dick energy. I don't know what kind of energy.
Or average dick energy. I don't know. I'm not judging dick energy here.
We're not talking about dicks here. Just energy, man.
Just energy, bro. 12 inches of energy.
That's what you say to the ladies. Like, hey, maybe it's 12 inches.
Oh, we got the metric system. It's different.
But the energy crisis is kind of scary. People are like actually panicking. Like, how can I afford to have a jacuzzi in my cottage now? It's like that's how at least Norwegians take it. But it's pretty hard.
But, you know what Norway have, which is kind of cool. That I've never been in, but I've seen them. They have like this natural jacuzzi where it's sort of like a pot, but you burn wood and it heats the water up. It's like something from a fairy tale.
Yeah, I think I've never been in one, but I've seen it like on pictures on YouTube. But that looks amazing.
It does. It's like you could boil somebody alive in there or something. Just put more fire.
But you're a foreigner, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I can hear it. But because you have Australian. But how do you like? Do you have a cottage? Do you like that cottage lifestyle, or
I love it?
Do you love it?
Yeah, nice. I really love the cottage lifestyle because I think it's very nice to get away from the city and like a change in your geographical environment. Causes you to relax, don't you think?
Yeah.
And especially you go there with some friends, you have some drinks, maybe you're grilling, you're like playing some board games.
But are you like one of those plumbing or like non-plumbing cottages?
Oh, preferably plumbing.
Yeah.
Preferably, but I've stayed in both. You must have too, right?
No, I have 4 actually. No, but I don't have any. But I've tried both. It's way better with the plumbing. Like every time I go to one of those cottages without, it's more like how long can I go without taking a shit? Yeah. And my max is now 4 days. So
that's good.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Did you like do any type of special breathing, like the Wim Hof method, or take Imodium?
If you're super anxious about pooping in the woods, like your body automatically is like, no thanks.
No.
So I didn't even think about it once.
Yeah, okay.
But when I come home, then my body was like, "You're dying. You should take a shit right now.
Right now, straight to the toilet."
Right. Yeah. So that's my max. So I can be on the couch just like 5 days. Then I will die probably. But,
It's just going to be a long weekend max.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting about people that have those types of cottages is that they tempt you to go with all these other things. They're like, "Oh, we're bringing lots of wine, and we've got these new Cards Against Humanity. We've got all these new. It'll be fun." Okay, do I need to bring anything? No, you don't need to bring anything. There is just one small thing though. We don't have a toilet. Like, oh fuck. Okay, well, like, you guys are providing all the chocolate and the wine. I guess I can shit in on a squirrel or something.
But but if you were providing the chocolates and the wine, would you like complain more about?
I was like, I bought all this stuff, and I turn up, and look what I'd put on a happy face, but then like a few drinks in, I was like, you knew, didn't you? You knew what you were dragging me into.
Happy face.
It's just conveniently leaving out information. But I think I have a happy face. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, you look happy.
People say I have kind eyes.
Yeah. You have okay eyes. Like it's not scary, but it's not like happy either. It's like something in both. In
the middle, I have okay eyes, but some people have these like doll's eyes, like these shark eyes, where they just see through you, like a real tiny little pupil. Like,
that's crazy. I have more like high eyes. People think I'm high. All the time, and that's kind of discriminating, but it's still
you got stoner eyes.
Stoner eyes, but I was born with stoner eyes, so you can see like photos of me like a child that still had stoner eyes. So
is that because like do your eyes like kind of like do you squint? Do you have like a vision problem, or
no,
is it
I see completely normal. It's just that my eyes go halfway. I can't open completely.
Oh wow!
And when I do open completely, I look like a crazy person. So I have to do like this.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's fucked up, But it worked with the comedy. Like when it's easy to be like, well, if I have to express myself, I can.
You have like an extra gear with the eyes. You have like a whole other look.
Yeah. But I can't do this all the time. It's too intense.
It's a bit much for the audience.
Yeah. If I do the whole podcast like this, people do. I think I'm coked up. So I'm gonna buy island. Yeah. Like, doesn't work. So
get people to start investing in your island. Shit.
But other than that, I think you have a round face at least. Kind round face. I wish I had because I have a friend who has like a round face, and he had the thing where every time a child saw him, the children were like loved him just automatically, and also people with Down syndrome for some reason. So it's like having a round face. Have you experienced that?
No, I haven't experienced it. But now that you mention it, I do get on pretty well with children. But I always just thought that was because I was like kind of goofy. You know what I mean? But maybe it's just the face. I thought it was my personality, but it's just the structure of my skull.
I think a skull structure has a lot to do because I think like Santa Claus, he has like a round face. I think a round face is like smoothness and it's like more friendly. How more like rigid or four-canted. My English is although squared face.
Squared face.
Yeah, then it's more
not like, four-canted.
No, four-canted. That's something I just came up with. Don't Google that shit. But then I think it's I read something about it someplace. I think it was like the face structure has a lot to do how do you be judged in society and stuff.
Yeah, okay. So if you just happen to be born with the wrong face structure, it might be difficult for you to get a job.
Or something like I think if you take like Hitler, like his face, he's kind of a round. So that's why maybe a lot of people like trust him. They're like, we can burn some Jews, okay? Like because he had a round, healthy face,
and the mustache helped.
And mustache helped.
Yeah, we're like, oh, shit, he has the confidence to pull that off. I guess he's right about our foreign policy.
Yeah. So that's crazy. I recently saw this movie in Netflix about like the First World War, and it was pretty bad. It was pretty horrible. It was pretty intense.
Did you learn anything new?
No, it was sort of affirmed everything I already knew, but it was still like intense to watch. Like people like war is horrible.
Was it a documentary?
No, it's it's Quiet in the Western Front. Have you heard about that? It's a German. It's pretty intense.
Is it from the perspective of German soldiers?
Yeah, German soldiers, but it's still pretty shitty. It's like you realize, the Germans are also people. Everybody's people, everybody's dying. It's horrible stuff.
Yeah, did you, man.
But you didn't like escape from war in Australia.
No.
You don't have like Mad Max right now. Is it? Oh, that's just the movie. Like,
yeah,
that's just the movie.
But it is getting a little bit apocalyptic. Like
really?
Yeah. Like the last time I was in Australia was when they had those big bushfires. In like the end of 2019. And then when I landed, I went to my mum's place on the beach, and I was like, "Is it clouds?" She goes, no, that's not clouds, that's ash.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then I remember like it was just starting to like snow black.
Oh shit.
So that was pretty apocalyptic.
Wow, that's crazy.
And we went to this like pool party barbecue, and it was 44 degrees.
Oh shit, that's hot.
Yeah, dude, that is hot as fuck.
So it's not a long time from now, it's completely Mad Max then.
I don't think it's a long time, man. Did you know Mad Max was made in Australia? You knew it's an Australian film? Dude, my dad worked on Mad Max.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did he do?
He was a stuntman.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, on the first 3 movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. I went to the set of Mad Max when I was a little kid for Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome.
Nice.
Met Tina Turner.
Oh, really?
Checked out the Thunderdome, yeah.
Oh, nice. Mel Gibson as well, or?
I didn't think I met him.
Oh,
I was little, so I don't remember too much. I remember Tina Turner because we have a photo.
Oh, nice.
You know how you just start remembering things that you have photos of? And then that kind of becomes the basis of your memory?
Yeah. Because you need the photos to like remember, like, oh yeah, I met Tina Turner, but that's kind of interesting. Did you have a nice conversation? Or
I don't think so, man. I must have been like 6 or 7. I don't think I had very much to offer. I mean, I struggle to like, have good interactions with people now, and I'm like 43. So when I was 6, I was probably fucking... Do you like turtles?
Yeah.
Do you? Oh, look at my hat. I was one of those kids that just like always wanted to, I never shut the fuck up.
One of those, yeah. But now you're an adult that never shuts the fuck up. So full circle. Yeah. But Tina Turner's still alive, so you could like call her or something.
Yeah, I might just like hit her up and like send her that photo. Remember this? Do you remember that?
You want to be a guest on my podcast or something?
Yeah, come on, Tina. We've got so much to talk about.
Yeah, but I think she's busy. She's not that busy now.
I don't think she's busy, man. I don't think she's too busy. Yeah. She's just, probably just doing yoga and a bunch of Pilates.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's the move. Yeah. Do you do any yoga or Pilates or stretching? You look like a limber guy.
You
look a bit limber. Like you could like touch your toes and do some splits.
Yeah, I became really a yoga fanboy a short period of time this year, and then I stopped because I started to like my back hurt like a lot.
Yoga hurt your back?
Yeah, yoga destroyed my back. So
oh that's my God.
It's really
you never hear that.
No, that's the horror stories of yoga. Like I have one of the few horror stories. So I started yoga, and I was like, wow, this is awesome fun, and I did it like a lot, and then after a month my back started to hurt, and I was like, oh, maybe I need to do more yoga. So I just kept doing it, and then my back became even worse. And then I was like, I think it's the yoga, so I stopped, and then a week went by, and then my back is normal again. So it was definitely, and then I went to like a naprapat. It's like a chiropractor that doesn't crack you, just massages. I don't know what it is, but something like that. And he was like, oh, your lower spine is too flexible, and your top spine is too rigid. So all the pressure is on the lower spine. So,
really?
So I have to...
So you have was it a rigid lower spine and a flexible upper spine?
No, flexible lower spine and rigid upper spine.
Isn't that weird that like the same spine can have different degrees of flexibility?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Huh.
They should start communicating, but they are like, it's like the North and South Korea, like they hate each other.
Yeah. There's like a zone in the middle. They're like, this is what you got to be more flexible. You have to be stricter. Like, oh, come on, guys, get it together.
Come on, so that's kind of horrible, but. I don't know. I'm not gonna go pro at yoga anyway, so it's cool to stop.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go pro. I don't know. It's like MMA of yoga.
I don't think they compete. Like, it's not like a yoga Olympics or anything. We're a new sport.
Yeah. Oh, now Roger's stretching, and it's like commentary. I think it would be fun to try out.
Yeah.
WYMMA. I don't know how they're gonna fight it out, but two guys. Just stretching and say who can stretch the hardest or something.
Yeah, he's going even deeper now. Oh, nobody's ever gone this deep. 2 centimeters lower. Oh, he's racing by 3.
He's submissing. He can't do it. And then the other guy's like, I can't. And then, it's a winner, and I have the belts. I think now I'm gonna buy an island, and I'm gonna start a new league, a yoga league.
Yeah.
I'll be the new. What is the bald guy? Dan.
The Dana White.
Yeah, I mean Dana Black up in here. Stuff. shave my head and gain 100 pounds. But yeah, that's my idea.
That's cool, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess like if you stop doing yoga, you have more time to dedicate to comedy and shit like that.
Yeah,
is that the plus side of it?
Yeah, that's why I asked that I could be a part of your amazing podcast, because I want to plug special I'm doing in December.
Yeah. What's the special called?
As the white comic black jokes.
Yeah, okay. White comic black jokes. That's good. And if you wanted to tell people what it's about, go ahead.
Yeah, it's about the identity of a comic, because I have gotten a lot of criticism that my comedy is very white, and I personally feel like I'm very black, and people are like, you're not that black, and I'm like, I'm really black. And then so that's how the special came through. That's how I started writing the special, because I was at a party and there was this dude who was like, I love your stand-up, but you're a white comic, you're not a black comic. And that sort of offended me. I got really sad about that, because I thought I was a part of we were the same team, and he was like, nah, you're that team. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with that other team, but I just want to be in all the teams, actually. But that's so I've really been writing the show and practicing, and it's gonna be a premiere in 2-3 weeks, actually.
Yeah,
so it's pretty intense now. So.
Dude, that's a weird concept thoh, right? Like there's you're a white comic and not a black comic. Like, what's the difference between a white comic and a black comic?
A white comic is hella rich now. It's very more. No, I think it's the thing about being a black comic is more like especially in Norway, it's like if you're a black comic, it's more it's a person who has like more like swag, or it's like there's something about how he talks like kebab norsk, and how he walks around, and how kind of friends he has. I have like a really white friends, and I have really like nerdy interests and stuff. So it's like I think I'm trying to go out of my white comic mold and try to prove to the audience like I've had a lot of black struggle as well. So you can't. And also inspired by I saw a clip with an improv actor named Wayne Brady.
Okay.
He's funny. He's usually in the Whose Line Is It Anyway? He's very famous, but he's cool. But he has gotten the same criticism. He as well. He's a black guy who's like, everybody's like, yeah, you're so white, blah blah blah. But it's like, and he also has a problem with it. And so I'm trying to figure out what that means and how I'm gonna explain it to the audience.
Wow, so there's a lot to unpack in that theme. There's a lot to fucking deal with.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, because I've realized there's different expectations when you're a black and do a type of art, or if you're white and do a type, because it's like when you're black, you have sort of like a represent attire, especially when you're a minority in Norway, you have to represent Somalis, and like if like a white comic decides to buy a restaurant, he can make that restaurant whatever he wants. But if I buy a restaurant, it's like sort of like automatically it's like, oh, it's a Somali restaurant, but no, it's a French restaurant. Oh, why is it French? And it's already like, so I'm tackling like the expectations of being black in Norway as well.
Yeah, okay, but that's a pretty personal angle that you can like really apply your experiences to. Just do me one favor, just move it back a little bit.
Back?
Yeah, towards you.
Oh, towards, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the closer, the better.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, everybody does that. Yeah. Okay, but can you be like can you be a white comedian that has a black style and a black comedian that has a white style?
It can be a
does
white
it go
comedian.
both ways?
Yeah, they go both ways. Yeah. So, but one of my jokes in the show, I can't reveal it, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, is especially one comic in Norway who has it's white but has a black style, and he is very popular. He's very popular. But it's possible to do. Like, I feel like Chris D'Elia, he had a special for a couple of years ago where he was like white comedian black jokes. He had this all not the same title as me, but similar. But I think he had like a very black jokes in the beginning of his career. Have you seen a lot of Chris D'Elia?
Yeah, a lot of clips.
Yeah. So he had like talking about black guys and talking about like gangster imagery and stuff. So you can easily be a white guy who has black style, and you could be a black guy who has a white style, and like yeah.
I wonder if I have a black style.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because as an immigrant speaking Norwegian as a foreign language, I'm not dealing with obviously a lot of the same things like as a black guy, but some of them, you know, with like integration and not fitting in and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I've seen you a couple of times. Yeah, you have a slightly black style a little bit. Yeah.
You know, my dad is Maori.
Really?
Yeah. So they're not really black, but they're very dark.
Yeah.
And when I grew up with a lot of like Maori cousins, obviously, and like friends, and you know, they identified as black.
Yeah.
And then I hung out with them and then listened to hip hop culture and like got really big into that. And I kind of feel like I identify with black people more than white people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you do the Maori dance or do you never?
Oh, yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah. The haka.
Haka, yeah.
Dude, when I went to boarding school, I went to an all Maori boarding school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, New Zealand. Yeah.
That was like the national anthem every morning. You did haka, or
basically before breakfast. Oh, but we used to do it before sport games, and then we went to this thing like this cultural class after school where we like learned all these hakas and all these Maori songs, and we went to church in Maori and sung Maori.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it's the Maori like the Psalm of Australia, or it's like
no, they're from New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah. Okay, so it's completely different.
But I guess they are because they're the indigenous people of New Zealand, but they're not really indigenous.
Really?
Yeah, they came from Hawaii like 800, 600 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they were just there for like I don't know, like 600 years before the white people got there.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, you know, the story of human migration and, you know, like everything just unfolds and everybody.
Bullshit. There's people just like, I'm going to go to another island. And
Dude, I think it's pretty crazy because they just got in these canoes and they're like, we're just going to keep rowing until we find land. You know, let's just look at the stars and hopefully the current takes us there.
Yeah, I mean, I miss those days when you could just get an island, you know, just canoe and just, I own this thing now, and then you just live there and just make a family, and now
that's it.
1,000 years later, you're just fucking owning that shit.
Yeah, but I kept thinking about how much inbreeding there must be. Like, I make fun of like people from Lofoten because, you know, one of the things that I think why my girlfriend from Lofoten likes me is just because I'm genetically diverse. You know what I mean? You're definitely not fucking your cousin. You're dating me. And then like I keep thinking about like these people in New Zealand who came down on like fucking 7 canoes or something. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of inbreeding.
Yeah, but you are sort of like the result of many thousand years of inbreeding.
Yeah.
So you are a hope for the people of Lofoten. You know, we can make it. We can make babies that are not fucked up. If you know.
I'm the poster boy of successful inbreeding. Look, he can do it. You guys can do it too.
Oh, nice. But the Maori, doesn't they have like crazy tattoos and stuff? Or?
Yeah, they have a lot of facial tattoos. You know the one that Mike Tyson got? Yeah, that's a Maori design.
Nice.
A lot of my cousins have Maori tattoos.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I got in trouble once. I went to a family reunion in to the end of 2019, and man, you know, I'm like just some fucking basically like brain dead mongoloid, right? Like who's coming back to New Zealand and spending time with my tribe and the family, and all my cousins have all these tattoos on their face, and you have to earn them, and it's a big system. Pride.
You can't just get them. You have to earn them.
You got to earn them. You got to be granted the possibility to do it.
Okay.
And then I took a photo of my cousins' tattoos on their face. And then I said, I'm going to get one. And I took a photo of my face and then just drew a dick on it with like a dick going into my mouth. And then my family found out about it. Like the tribal elders, my cousin snitched on me. And then I had to come back, and then they had this big fucking tribal council, bro. I was like, seriously, there was like 75 people there, and they like presented the fucking Instagram story. And said,
really?
Yeah. Dude, I was crying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had to stand up. They were like, you should leave, and what are you doing? And all this sort of shit. And then I had to like explain, I'm really sorry, it was a joke, and I'm sorry, I hope you guys all forgive me, because for them, you know, it's very, very serious. It's very traditional, and you're not living here, and you come in and you're making fun of it. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah, but it's like when, a black guy wears a bunad in Norway. It's like, it's like, whoa, people get offended by that. But I get it. You got canceled by your tribe. That's
basically.
Yeah, so they invented, the Maori invented cancel culture for like 800 years ago. So that's kind of fascinating. But but I kind of get it though, because it's like for them, it's really like, this is real. And for you, you were like, how old? You were 20s probably.
No, this was 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
I was like 41 or something. Yeah.
I was like imagining like, oh, you're 13 or something. No, it's like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Man,
I haven't learned, dude. I fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm just like goofy,
I'm on their side now. Fuck it.
Cancelled. Finished.
Get this guy out of the tribe.
But do people get offended if a black guy wears a bunad? Do you have a bunad?
No, I don't have bunad. But people, it's not everybody. Of course, people in Oslo and like big cities they just like it or they think it's awesome. But some people like in the outskirts get like offended because it's like tradition. Because the point is you get a bunad from where you are from. So it's like you're from Sarpsborg or whatever.
Yeah.
You have a Sarpsborg bunad. So that's your type of bunad. So if I have a Somali buy. I think the Lofoten bunad is nice, and I buy that one. It's like, oh, but you're not there from, and then it's like, people get offended by that. But mostly it's old people, so it's not that.
Yeah,
really.
Okay, so I mean, you're just gonna piss them off for a few more certain amounts, and then they're like gonna phase out.
Yeah. It's not gonna be a court like the Maori. It's not that you have to sit in.
Not
court,
a tribal council. It's like an episode of Survivor.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, standing around the flame.
Like, we vote. Get him out of here.
I got voted out of the tribe. Off the island. Go home.
You were the only ones like, I voted on the rest, and then they're like, put it back.
Go home.
Yeah. Have you, I feel like you could like slide into some reality concept and like own the shop. The whole. Have you thought about that or?
Not really. No, I haven't thought about anything like that. It would be fun though. Dude, there's a lot of fun concepts out there.
Yeah. I recommend maybe like Farmen or something.
Oh yeah. I'd love to do Farmen actually because it just seems like a fucking holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you got to do a lot of shit and stuff, but I think I'd be pretty good at holding out those.
Yeah, holding the things.
I'll get some techniques.
Yeah, become like a character and people like you. And
because you got to play that game. Don't you? You gotta get in and form some alliances and make sure. Aren't you in? Is it a Vega series? The Scouts one? What do you call it?
I have alltid berätt. The Scouts reality show, but that's sort of like it's a parody of a reality show, so it's like a meta reality show. It's more jokish, but it was pretty fun. It was like actually just sitting around and doing like scout stuff. You know, woods. Hacking, I don't know what you call it.
Like sharpening a spear or something,
or
carving
stuff, and making fires and stuff. So it was pretty fun, but that wasn't that intense. I think there are more intense stuff like Robinson and Survivor. It's like
Naked and Afraid.
Naked and Afraid.
Oh my God,
that's too much. I'd give him some clothes at least.
That's the least you can do.
Yeah. And also, I feel like those who want to go into Naked and Afraid are mostly like horny people. Because I
just want to see some titties.
Like you're not that afraid. I've seen like you're pretty calm actually. Like what the fuck is going on? But But also the awkward part about like most reality is people forget like the camera crew that's standing right there, and sometimes I forget it as well. But it's also like that's why it's hard for me to watch reality sometimes, because it's like some guy is like crying his eyes out, like, oh, I'm in this woods and I'm all alone, I'm naked, and you forget like, oh, it's a guy actually standing there and filming, and there's like the immersion disappears a little bit. But I don't know. I like also you should be like love. I would like if you ever get single again, but like Love Is Blind. I feel like you're pretty good at listen to voices. And
I think I'm good at listening to voices. I'm a good listener.
But like, oh, she's skinny, or she's what is she? Oh,
I could tell by the bass in her voice how many folds she has underneath her chin. Just she's not talking like this. She's a hottie. I'm going for it. I'm banking on this one.
But I like reality shows where like love is involved. I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, like judging people from your couch. That's pretty nice.
You're like, I think her and him, they could be a good match.
They could be good. Yeah, but that guy, he's a fuckboy.
Yeah. But I like humor shows, obviously.
Oh, you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a huge fan of the short form content that NRK are doing.
Oh, really?
You know, like Döda.
Yeah, Döda. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I think that's great, and I think like Kerr is great, and a bunch of those series. I think that's really fun.
Have you tried to pitch in something from your side? Like,
dude, I'm actually working on some things right now. Yeah.
Crazy.
I've never pitched anything in like that before. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 television shows before, and they've all been reality genre.
Yeah,
and we pitched in a couple of them and got them through.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna try to transition over to doing scripted comedy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which channel is it? Or is it secrets?
No, it's not a secret. I would love for it to be on I guess NRK P3. That'll be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope. But I also think that like Vega is a pretty dope platform as well. As long as like you have a good relationship with the people on their side of things.
Yeah, I saw you in Vega. Like, remember? Yeah. I was shocked. I was like, hey, in there.
Yeah, I saw you too. I was like, I thought you were like celebrating. There was a cake there. You guys are like making something.
Yeah, I was with some other show that sort of like made their money back or something. So they celebrated. But it wasn't my show. It was Sportsklubben or something. So,
okay. They just invited you over to hang out.
Yeah.
You were a guest on
there? I was now working on another show. That's coming out next year, February next year.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
you got a show dropping.
Yeah, I have 2 shows dropping next year.
Really? Can you say anything about any of them?
Yeah, the first one is short format, like the NRK Döda and stuff. It comes out in January, and the other one is a reality comedy genre thing, where you're gonna take I don't know if we can I'm just gonna say it, but you're just gonna take like athletes and make them into comedians.
Oh, fun.
So that's kind of fun.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of merging sports and comedy. I love it. Like when we did the SmackDown the other night.
Yeah, it was pretty. I wasn't there, but it looked very fun.
Dude, it was really fun. And it was just like creating tournament brackets and creating matchups between comedians. That was like a really fun dynamic. Because you want to put like somebody like Jim Swan against Snorre Monsen. You know what I mean? Like, how does that play out?
Yeah. But did they become like a real rivalry, or like it became? Did they take it seriously, or was it like?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They took it seriously.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's a friendly rivalry.
Yeah, friendly.
It's a friendly rivalry. And then we went through the first round before the break, and Jonas was there.
Oh, nice.
And then he came up and just did like a guest spot. And then I gave him we did a little interview, and I said, what do you think about the concept? And he goes, it's really cool, but what I'd love to see is some roasting.
Oh,
yeah. And then in the rounds after that, people were like, okay. Because he kind of like put it out there for the audience, and then like, we want to see some roasting. And then, some of the comedians, they did their set and then threw in some roasts about their competitor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool, yeah.
It was really cool.
But the next time, you think you're going to have like purely roasting, or do you think you're going to just do still the same?
Well, what I say to the comedians is you have 5 minutes to do whatever you want.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever you want, as long as like you think that the audience is going to vote for you, go for it.
Oh, so the audience is voting.
Yeah. Dude, I figured out this genius voting system, right? Because I was concerned about how we're going to do the voting. Should we do clapping? Should we do hands up? And I was like, it's so unobjective, like just listening to sound. Like, how the fuck do you do that? So then we took photos of both comedians and made a poll on Instagram. And so then everybody went in and then voted, and then you got the percentages.
Oh, cool.
But
what for those who aren't on Instagram, how did they vote?
They can't vote.
You just fucked up.
You fucked up. Download the app, make an account,
be the part of the algorithm, man. Just fuck it. Stop being so cool.
Feed into the hive mind.
Yeah. But do you like the hive mind, or do you like think it's toxic for the environment? You have like, I don't know if it's a secret, but you have a daughter, right?
Yeah. It's not.
I don't know why I just assumed
I have a secret daughter.
I just
don't tell Nav.
I have to pay alimony. Don't tell. But But
I'm not paying. I'm not paying shit. I'm not paying. What daughter?
But yeah, because I thought about like if I ever had kids, and especially like a daughter, like and then she had to be exposed to like internet, because the kids now are like growing up on the internet. I'm 31, so I remember like the days before and after. Like I have vivid memories of like doing nothing in the woods. Like so I was kind of crazy to think like kids now like on the internet from fucking 6 years old or 3 years old or whatever, and I was like, that's crazy. But are you concerned about that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because the thing that concerns me is that you can have a kid that gets exposed to a negative influence that affects them personally. So say for example, like looking at chicks that fucking photoshopping their images and looking thin and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then they go, why don't I look like that? Why am I? And it's very difficult to convince somebody that they are healthy even though they look a different way, you know? So that's a big concern. And I think that like is something that specifically affects younger girls more than guys.
I think it's starting to tear on guys, but I think it's mostly girls, I think. But I think guys are struggling with more like the success, the pressure. But it's more like, I think for women it's more like the looks, and for guys are more like, oh, I'm working a 9 to 5, why I'm not why am I don't have like a business, or why I'm not selling NFTs and being my own boss or whatever. Like so I think it's sad that like having a regular job is being like something that people frown about, like, but
I mean, this is kind of coming from two guys that don't have regular jobs.
So don't listen to us, kids. Get an education. And,
but on the flip side of that thing, like if somebody like that watches a video and they go, why do I have this regular job that I hate? Maybe I can create an NFT collection, or maybe I can be a stand-up comedian. It could push them in the right direction.
Yeah, it could. But I had a regular job at the same time I did stand-up for like 6-7 years. So you can do both, because I met a lot of like younger comics that are like, oh no, I'm just gonna grind it out, and they're like, no, you can just get a job, you don't have to be poor, just have a job, and and then sometimes the job gives you I remember like that's the saddest part about being freelance right now is when I had the job, my mind would like wander off to the creative space because I was bored at work. So I got a lot of inspiration from being at work and being bored. But now that I'm not that bored, I don't like have the same inspiration because I'm constantly stimulated. So having a job can help you. But I don't know. I'm just some guy with ideas and shit. Sitting in a room with a guy with different sets of ideas and shit.
But there I mean, there is something as well to the idea of getting inspiration from your work, and then like, I mean, I don't know how many hours a day you can commit to comedy if you quit your job. Are you going to be sitting at home writing from 9 to... Is that your new job, or are you going to be fucking off playing like PlayStation and smoking bongs all the time? Like it is a little bit good to stay grounded.
It's really hard to stay.
Dude, I have to tell you this, man. I am such a big fan of your comedy.
Oh, really?
I love you. I love you. And I remember I came to Theo Von. And I was just like, first of all, we were barbecued. Like there was a bunch of us and we were high as fuck. And like you came on and you just murdered. I don't know how long the spot was, but maybe 15, 20, something minutes, like that. And you just like your style and the way that you tell jokes and the way that you communicate humor. It's fucking flawless, and you set it up beautifully. Like it was amazing.
It was pretty a wild night because it was like 2 weeks before I got a message that like, hey, do you want to like warm up for Theo Von? And it's like 10,000 kroners. It's not a lot of money. I was like, of course I would do it for free. Like I'm a big fan of Theo, so I was like excited. And then the day came, and I was there first, so I was like the first guy there. And I was like just standing in this empty Folketeater, and I was like, shit, but it's a weird way. I wasn't nervous at all for some weird, like I was just happy just to meet Theo and the other guy, the warm-up guy. And so I was just sitting in the backstage, and they come in, and the funny thing about Theo is like he's just a regular guy, so it's like it wasn't like I wasn't even starstruck, because it was like, oh, he's just like, hey man, how you doing? It's just because he's like off stage and on stage he's sort of the same guy. But the saddest part was like when I did the warm-up and after I killed it, and I was like, yeah, I fucking did it. So I stood in like the corner where I had this like stood in side stage and watched the show, and after the show was done, Theo was so depressed because he felt like it went really bad, and I was like, no, it went real well, and it's like, yeah, I try to like encourage him, but it was like, and all my friends were like, hey, give him, you know, have Nachspiel with Theo, come on, make him come to the city, and I was like, I don't know, he's depressed, I don't know how to do it, but so it was kind of sad to see like a big comedian come to Norway and like have a good performance, but as he's like his own, so it was kind of like grounding because like I have the same problems because I can do really well and kill stage, but after the show I'd be like still like you know, dissecting my own set and be like, that wasn't good, that was bad, and like such a great comic like Theo has the same problems. I was like, oh shit, we're all the same, and that was kind of like inspiring to see though. So
yeah, because don't you think that part of that is what leads to greatness?
Yeah,
you know,
I think
like
so,
you're
yeah.
never really satisfied, even though you kill, even though you do great. You're like, that one word, I should have put this word there, and I said this instead of that.
Yeah, but I tried to explain to him like, because I think the problem that night was that it was a lot of Theo fans that brought like a friend or a girlfriend or like so it was like half the audience were like diehard fans and the other half were like, who is this guy? And if you don't know who Theo Von is, it's kind of hard to get him because he's like a really absurd comic. He's like an absurd comic that pretends to be a redneck. So because he has like stories about fictional people that doesn't exist, but like, yeah, my friend Ratface, he used to eat garbage, and that's like, and he tells a long story about his friend Ratface, and I laugh because I know it's the Ratface guy doesn't really exist because it's like, but the other half of the audience probably were like, what the hell am I watching? So it's like, so I felt kind of bad for him, but I think they said like they did better in Sweden or something because they had like a European tour or something.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. God bless them.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah,
and
it was a good night.
I mean, I think it's awesome that you got to do it.
Yeah,
because then, I mean, it's like, I think it's cool when comedians come and then they like, you know, they get a local, they throw them up on stage, and then they like, you know, promote them, and it's a great experience for you getting to meet somebody that you admire.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Yeah, and also it was just cool to just do, because of the funny, because one of the few things I get recognized for are like not the live clip I did and like some TV appearance and Theo Von. Like a lot of people were like, hey, you're the guy who warmed up Theo Von. So like they don't know who I am, just the guy who warmed up Theo Von. So that's kind of funny. Yeah.
Dude, there's one thing, you probably don't remember this, but this was before we actually met each other. I saw you walking down the street and I walked up to you. This was just around the corner, and I said, oh, hey man, I saw you doing comedy at Theo Von and I really loved it. And then you said, oh yeah, I remember you. I was like, you don't remember me. I was sitting right at the back. I had the shittest seats. And you're like, yeah, I remember you, man. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I'm busted. I usually just do that. But people feel special when they're like, yeah, of course. Yeah,
I remember
you. So I probably don't remember.
You can't, like, I'm going to remember one fucking high asshole laughing in the 20th row in a thousand fucking people packed theater.
No, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. Could you like? I think you could like easily warm up for people. You know,
dude, I would love it. I mean, especially like people that I'm a fan of. It would mean so much. I mean, like, say for example, you got like Bert Kreischer coming. You've got like Tom Segura. I mean, that would be a dream. How do you get booked to do that?
I think you just need to. The irony was like this happened right before the pandemic, and like the guy I had his number who like arranges like the foreign comics to come to Norway, and I had his number, so I was like, she's like, yeah, just text me next time you want to do it, and so I text him, and he just, I don't know, maybe changed numbers, or I don't know what the fuck happened, but if you come to contact with somebody in Atomic Soul, a Comic Soul, maybe, then you can just send them a tape, and then be like, can I please, and say maybe like, I don't have to do with no money or little money, then start a relationship doing that. And I think it's pretty cool to like just warming up for bigger comedians. I think it's a fun experience, especially.
Dude, I think so, man. And I mean, like, it's definitely one that you remember. I mean, I'm sure you remember like a lot of shows, but that one stands out. You're like, damn. Was that one of the biggest shows you've ever done?
I think that's that one, and another one in Trondheim, done with 1,000 people in the audience. Then the one in Trondheim was in Dødens Dal. It was like this giant tent. And it was more like 2,000 people, like on a row, like just a massive place, and they were so big that you have to like wait, like you have to do your punchline, and you have to wait like 3 seconds because the laughter takes a lot of time before it comes back to you. So it was so big that I have to like, and that's why I call a dog. And that's how, because people laughing but the problem with too big is then it becomes like you don't get any contact with the audience. But at the same time, it's pretty cool to stand on a big ass stage with like a jumbo jet screens behind you and all that shit. So,
yeah, that's kind of awesome, man.
That's pretty awesome. But I don't know. Maybe one day I can do that by myself. But right now it's just in with 100 people. The special I'm doing right now is basically 100 people per show.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. But that's pretty intimate. And
that's in the downstairs room?
Yeah, downstairs room.
Yeah. I saw Maris' show there.
Yeah,
we filmed it actually.
Yeah, you filmed it.
Yeah. But that's a good room, man.
Yeah, it's a really good room. Yeah.
How many shows are you doing?
6 shows.
6 shows?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
The first 3 put out 3 dates first, and then they got like really sold out really fast. And then now we have 3 extra shows.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm gonna do 2 shows per day. So pretty intense. So
you must be excited.
Yeah, pretty excited because I've been working on this for like half a year. I actually did like a test show earlier this year that was pretty bad, so I just have to like get like rewrite it and like work on it even more to make it better. So yeah,
of course, just constantly working. And then like because how long's the show? How long's your set?
Roughly an hour.
Roughly an hour.
Yeah.
And I guess you're doing spots that are like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes a lot of the time.
Yeah. Now I did a 50-minute spot in Harstad.
Yeah.
Just to test out doing like a 50-minute set.
Yeah.
And it went really well. So, but now I do more like 5-minute places where I'm just like testing out like one-on-one joke.
Yeah.
To see which one works and which doesn't work. Because that's kind of the weirdest part, because when you sit alone and just write a bunch of jokes, you get paranoid and think that's not funny or this is funny. And sometimes the thing you think doesn't works, and the other thing doesn't work, and you have to just test out everything.
Yeah, you got to let the audience kind of give you the honest feedback. Yeah, shit. And what is your process when you're writing a joke? Like, do you just think of something funny, or how do you come up with something funny to say on stage?
It's weird because it's like more like inspiration from real life and real things, and then I think about it. And when I think about it, I think like, okay, put it, because now I've done stand-up for like 6-7 years, so I do like this filtering where I put the idea through a joke filter, and then I try to like, and when it comes on the other side, it becomes sort of a joke, and then I mold it into a joke, and then it sort of works. But sometimes it's like I can have a little idea, and then I just write it like right before I got on stage. So sometimes I just Jay-Z some jokes in my head, and then that works sometimes. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, but that's because I'm pretty good at what I do. Not to brag, but I am. So, yeah.
But you are really good at what you do.
Yeah,
but I am really good. And I think like one of the things that I love about your style is just like this like melodic flow of communicating the jokes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You have like a real like I like listening to you talk. Like even if you did a presentation about like Brunost or something like that, I feel like I would get engaged because the way that you're sounding is really like hypnotizing.
Yeah. I think that's because when I started doing stand-up, I didn't go on the IJP kurs course. This is a stand-up course everybody goes through, but because I was pretty broke at the time, so I found a place in Greenland where you could they had this open mic once a month where you could just do anything. So it was like people playing guitars and poets and people doing monologue, really like artsy crowd. And the problem was that crowd were like multi-ethnical, so everybody did everything in English. So I put my name on the hat, and they had to where I started doing stand-up, I had to do it in English. And also I did it because the thing about that show and that scene was like it was very noisy. So if the audience didn't like you, they just start talking to each other because it was free entrance. So that's where my style came about, because I had to like constantly make them pay attention and laugh. That's why I do the whole like, hey, you over there, hey, you. And then as I talk to the audience, go back to a joke, punchline. Like if you're like, I have like a lot of punchlines in a short amount of time because of that place I was sort of like evolving in. So
you evolved the style based on the environment of the crowd where you started.
Yeah, because when I started doing stand-up with other comedians where they use for stand-up shows, I was like, what these people are using a whole minute just to get to a premise. I was like, what? This is what the fuck is it's like everybody was taking their time and are like calm on the stage. I was like stressing and talking super fast, but that's because I was so used to people like not paying attention. So I had to like right away, say something or do something and like mimic and do anything just to make everybody laugh. And so
but what you do as well, like when I'm like watching you as an audience member, like you take people like laughing, crying. You know what I mean? Like me, I'm in the back of like near or something, just going like like screams coming out of my body. Dude. I'm such a fan. So like you build it up, you know what I mean? Like it's just like this roll, like a wave, and then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it's just like this crazy release that I experience.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's cool. But I guess like a lot of that is kind of just subconscious for you, and maybe like there's a part of it like where you design like a joke that it's gonna build an extra tags, and maybe the last one is the biggest one, or something.
It's subconscious. But that's the irony was like my style worked really well on TV because the thing I learned because I'm also like a really student of comedy. So when I was booked to do like the Latter Live on NRK, I saw like the first and second season because I was on the first time I was on the third season, and I saw every episode, and I noticed like the comics that doing badly are taking their time and like really like letting every joke breathe. And on TV, when you're the thing is you know how like back in the days like screens made you fatter, like the camera made you 5 pounds fatter or whatever. But nowadays, want to watch something like especially stand-up, the screen makes you 5 times less energetic. So you even though like in actual like in the show in real life, you're like it goes really well, people are crazy, but you're gonna see on a TV. It looks like you're really relaxed. So you have to be like extra high end. Like you have to really like be energetic. So for the people, the audience in real life, they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Because he's like talking fast and super energetic. But when you see it on screen afterward, then you look normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's a really good tip because I know that clip that you're talking about with the knife and
So it looks like I'm on coke, but I just noticed like, okay, for this clip to be viral, you have to like have hell of a lot of jokes, and also you have to like every joke must be like editable. So like. You can't have like longer stuff because you have like every 10 seconds could be potentially a clip you put on Instagram or whatever. Like, so I had like ideas like, okay, this could be a clip, this could be a clip, this could be. It's like, so I had like 5 bits and every one lasted like roughly like 40 seconds. So I was like, the average comic would have probably like 3 jokes. I had like 5 that I squeezed in. Just to be like, okay, I'm gonna hammer you with these jokes.
Okay, so you were thinking like a high amount of jokes per minute. And you were thinking for the edit.
Think for the edit.
Shit, so, that's clever. So you were very analytical about it before you went there.
I've planned out the whole thing. Like when I realized the same with the sweaters.
Because you had the sweater with your face on it.
Because the funniest thing was like I asked the Latter people like, can I wear this sweater? And they were like, yeah, you crazy piece of shit. But they didn't realize I was thinking like, I'm gonna sell these shirts, so this is free advertising. So that's what my idea was. So I felt like I was like a piece of shit tricking them. But
dude, I love that shirt. Do you still sell them?
No, I was sold out. Sold out. But I made some new ones to the new show. So
good.
So I'm gonna sell it like merch.
Get some merch going.
Yeah.
Dude, that's nice. You make some in XL.
XL, for a heavy muscly dudes like you,
big-breasted Maori man
with dick tattoos in their mouth.
Getting voted off the tribe. Go home.
But now you should actually get it because now you're off the. You're not. Are you back in or?
I'm back in.
You're back in.
I'm back in. I cried my way back in.
Okay, I can't do it.
Tears of forgiveness.
It works every time.
It does. It's a good technique. I just start crying.
But when's your special coming out?
Dude, I don't know, man. I think like I'm going to try to work towards having a 45 minute hour show, like maybe towards the end of next year.
Oh, nice.
I think so. I feel like it's a good progression for me to do. I mean, I've done comedy for 4 years now, and 2 of those have been pandemic years.
Oh, shit. That's hard.
It is. So I felt like I kind of missed out on a lot of reps, like a lot of different potential sets. But I mean, I've seen so many people who I admire, you and Marius and other comedians like Pernilla who have done like, Adam, Adam Schulberg.
Yeah, Schulberg.
I just saw him. He's told me to say hello to you, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's going to come on as a guest of the podcast. And I just think that like, and I talk to them about it, like how's it going? What are you doing? And I get the process, and it seems like it's a very romantic process. Like it's a very kind of like, you got to sit down and develop a theme and a concept and like work towards telling the story. So I think it's something that I'd really like to do. I think I have a name for it.
Oh, what's your name?
Toxic Nutsack.
I'm sold.
yeah. But we'll see. But I mean, that's a dream, definitely.
That's a dream.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Toxic Nutsack. That's But something about your nutsack, or
maybe like about toxic masculinity.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like just a lot of stories and like I guess like some angles around like that kind of culture and things like that, and explore the theme of masculinity from a comedic perspective. I think.
Do you feel you're toxic, or?
No, I don't feel I'm toxic, but I feel like there are a lot of things that get confused with being toxic that are just like regular guys shit.
You
know what I mean? Yeah. Do you experience much like pushback because of your comedy, because of modern audiences?
Not that often. The few times there were mostly like people who were like already thin-skinned, so it wasn't really that crazy. But mostly no, actually. But mostly because it's more like when I do like corporate gigs.
Yeah.
That's the only places I've gotten some pushback. But that was because, it didn't go that well. So it was like, fuck it. And then they complain. It's like, wow. So the saddest part was like one time I did this corporate gig where it was this, it was this guy. He was like for immigrant lawyer firm for like lawyers for immigrants or something. And there was this elderly Somali gentleman in the first row. And I started roasting him because I was like, hey, we're Somalis. I can roast you. And then after the show, a lady come up to me and was like, he got really upset because you roasted him. Because it was more like a respect thing. Because like, oh, he's elderly and I'm younger, so I shouldn't have said anything. So it's kind of weird. That's like...
Oh, because it was a cultural thing within the Somali community.
Yeah. Because it's like, how dare you? I'm older than you. How dare you? So it's kind of like, that's the only few times I gotten pushbacks. But I don't really get any pushback really, because I have this knack to go to the edge of a topic and then like, okay, then go back, because I know how far I can go. Like, yeah.
Okay, so you're aware of the line. We're gonna dance around the line, but I'm not gonna like
because I like the tease like the line, but I never, because the problem is when you go over the line, it's like you go from being a joke to being something else. It doesn't have to be hate speech, but it's like something else than a joke,
Yeah.
But that's like moderation, and it's I don't know, it's a skill. You have to like sort of read the audience and read the situation, and
and you have to really, I mean, I like sometimes I just say shit because I think it's funny and it just comes up there, and then later on I think about it, I go, I wish I didn't say that. You know what I mean? Like if a chick's on her phone, I go, put down Tinder, and then I go, I don't know, I feel bad about shit like that, and people are laughing, but she's not into it. Sorry.
But sometimes you just get like annoying people in this audience. You can't do anything about those people. They already made their mind like, oh, I'm gonna hate this guy anyway. So it's like, so you can't satisfy everybody. So.
No, you really can't. No. But I feel like you've probably like generated like an audience that appreciate your style.
Really.
So when you're doing the show, a lot of people are coming there obviously to see you. So that must make things a lot more, I guess, freeing.
Yeah, easier freeing. But at the same time, that's a sort of pitfall a lot of like comics also go into when you're like you building an audience and they come for your show. They get like lazier. Like a lot of my heroes are getting lazier because they're selling out like Madison Square Garden and they are like huge. So they're becoming, because when you do your shows for your own fans all the time, you become accustomed to people just laughing at everything you say.
Yeah.
And then you become a worse comedian. So it's like you have to do those gigs that are like 10 people in Grünerløkka when nobody doesn't, everybody's bombing, and you have to do those gigs to be like, okay, I'm still got it. Because when you just do stuff for your audience, then you become like a blander comedian because you're just in the echo chamber with your own ideas, and the people already love you. So
are you doing a lot of different shows to keep your skills sharp?
So I'm trying to do all sorts of shows for old people, young people, all types of people. Like I was in Narvik for last week, and it was just like they're not watching. They were hicks, for people are like this small community of people like in the north, and they're just like inbreeding, and
sound like my Maori family.
It's your family, man. And then so I was like, okay, can I just kill it here? And I could, and I did well. So I was like, okay, I still got it.
There is something good about like walking into a room where it's very different or it's a difficult challenge. You know what I mean? I did a show last week, and the audience were pretty burned out. Like I think it started like 8 and I was on stage at 11:15.
Oh shit.
I know. And like a bunch of people left, and they did this thing where it didn't really work out. And
was it Lincoln or?
No, it was at Vespa. And like it's a really good night, but there was just like they did this joke competition, and this guy came up and he wouldn't get off stage and wouldn't give back the microphone, and then wanted to get out his dick. Just a guy from the sometimes you take a chance. One of those things, and then that guy kind of made a lot of other people not want to sit next to him, and so then they left. And then by the time I went on stage, like it was burned out. I didn't want to be there. Like they were like, well, let's just get out of here. You know what I mean? But then I just kept thinking like, no, that's what you should try to get good at. That's the perfect condition, because you go onto stage with somewhere perfect lighting, perfect sound, audience is great. It's easier to kill.
It's easy to kill.
It's really easy to kill. You could just say things and people they laugh at premises. You know what I mean? Like when you're laughing at the premise, wow, just wait till the punchline comes. So when I went there, it was like I was really working for it, but I didn't do very well.
Oh, right.
But I just wasn't into it.
Yeah, it's cool. But I think I was in Comedy Store in Los Angeles.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I saw they have this completely different system of like shows where it's like the show starts at 8 and it ends like 2 in the night. And
oh my god, and, 6 hours.
6 hours. But the thing is, you can like leave and come back anytime. But the thing is, like the main headliners are in like from 10 to 11.
Yeah.
And they're like they give new spots to like the new people in like the early and the late spots. And it's like that's kind of like then they are tested because they have to like kill when it's like the coldest room, and there's no like no conference, what you call it, host. There's no host, so it's just passing the mic back to the to the other people, and there's like 20 people in the lineup. It's kind of a crazy thing.
Did you perform?
I was in the Kill Tony show.
You did Kill Tony? Really? You were in the show?
Yeah, in the show.
Wow.
From the thing.
And that was when it was still at the Comedy Store?
Yeah, still Comedy Store,
Holy shit.
So
how was that?
Room. Yeah, it was pretty crazy because it was like... because the audience is just a bunch of comics.
Yeah.
So it was pretty meta to like try to make other comics laugh. So, but I went really well, and also the interview part went also really well. And I was just talking to like it was Moshe Kasher.
Yeah.
He was the guest, and there was another like a lady who was like a screenwriter or something. And I talked to them, and there was like good vibes, and it was funny, and yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah,
it sounds like a good experience.
And the funniest part was like I was recognized on the streets for the Kill Tony performance in LA.
Oh shit!
So it was like a mini celebrity for like one day. So it was kind of funny. I was like, "Hey, what you got from Kill Tony?" He asked me, "Hey, I saw you. What you?" And I was pretending to know that guy, but
yeah, I remember you.
I remember you. Yeah, man, So it was that was kind of intense. It was fun to be recognized. So it was kind of weird.
Yeah, but you must get recognized in Norway all the time.
It goes up and down, but now it's more like people. Sometimes people in the summertime, people like stop and take it. But now in the winter, the colder, people
no one's stopping for anything.
Nobody's stopping. But you can get like a nod and like, hey, but it's not nobody's stopping and stuff. But I get recognized. Yeah,
because I remember Espen did Fire halvkjente fjes in Kristiansand. And he said like when he was walking with you and Halvard, that like you guys just got stopped all the time.
Yeah. It's pretty intense sometimes. It's kind of weird because like I remember myself before the fame and after. So for me, it's like it's weird that people know who I am, but at the same time, it's not. I haven't gotten that negative fame yet. I hope I never get it, but I haven't done. Like I haven't been like harassed or beaten up or people like, I'm gonna fuck you up. Nothing has just been positive. So I have sort of like dodged a bullet, I feel like. But,
no crazy stalkers.
No
Nobody's
crazy
sending you shit in the post.
Just a lot of bills from my bill collectors. But,
man, I hate opening the mail sometimes. I'm like, I don't even want to open this letter.
I pretend like, it's fans. I don't want to open these bills. like Telenor stop fucking send me bills. I don't know. Bad joke, but try to compare fans to like, I don't know, man. Just cut that out. But cut. You're doing show business, cut.
Cut it out.
Yeah. Wasn't that Joey from from Full House? Yeah, cut it out. Yeah. Because I grew up on sitcoms, so a lot of my humor comes from like American sitcoms. So Did you
have a favorite?
I like Fresh Prince.
Oh, of course. I used to watch that every day after school. Everybody knew the song.
And also Seinfeld still holding up, and King of Queens, and it's a lot of good ones. I like them.
Yeah. Do you play video games now or anything like that, or
play video games? Yeah. Play video games. Yeah. Mostly. Both I like story driven and also like online, so I like both genres. Right now I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077. Have you heard about that?
What are you playing it on?
PlayStation 4, so it's pretty old. But now they fixed the game.
They fixed it?
Yeah, so now it works. So it's kind of like.
Dude, wasn't that a catastrophe? Yeah, because I saw the Keanu Reeves talk, and I was super psyched for it. And then like they released the gameplay, but they fucked with it, and then it came out and it just didn't work.
Yeah, it was pretty horrible. And then, but I didn't buy it. I know like games doesn't work right away. So especially games now. So I usually it's wait.
I pre-ordered it.
You really?
Yeah.
You fucked up.
I fucked up. And I was like, I'm waiting for this. And then it's just like problem after problem. But I pre-ordered it like a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed. But I'm never going to do that anymore.
No.
That's a terrible strategy.
Are you a gamer?
Yeah, I love gaming.
What do you game?
I like story-driven games, like The Last of Us and things like that, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
One of my favorites.
So sad ending, so sad.
Yeah. But I think like Red Dead Redemption, I'm fascinated by different ways of storytelling.
Yeah.
And I think that we're seeing like TV series taking over as like the dominant format of like audiovisual entertainment. I'm watching more series than movies. And now I think like video games are my favorite ways to experience a story. An interactive storytelling experience.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I feel like the video game is like the new book, because books are like you can read a chapter and then put it away. Like it's the same with games. You can play like a couple of missions and then you put it away and then you play something so it's kind of a different vibe. And my favorite is like the Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like that's the best story-driven game ever, because you sort of decide what happens and you're the protagonist, and you can like the first game affects the second and the third, and you can there's a lot of cool stuff in that shit. So
it's cool. It's cool elements.
Yeah. But also recently, when the pandemic hit, I started playing with my friends online.
Yeah, fun.
That's way more. It's a lot of fun as well.
Yeah,
talking shit, and because mostly it's about the shit talking. and the game is just like a diversion from not talking about feelings and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck feelings and stuff.
Let's do this mission. You guys take it from the left. We'll steal this helicopter.
Yeah, I'm really depressed. No, take the helicopter. Don't talk about your feelings.
Did you see the guy that developed Oculus Rift? He's developing this new headset that, like, if you lose in the game, there's an explosive charge against your head and then you die.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like, he's a billionaire. Like, he sold Oculus to Facebook for like, I don't know, a couple of billion or something. So he's just got a lot of time on his hands. And he's just like, you know what? Let's try to develop a headset that when you die in the game, your brain explodes.
I think he just wants to die, maybe. That's maybe it's really like, like professional suicide. I don't know what the hell. But it's better like getting shocked. You don't have to like blow up your face.
I don't know. Maybe it's just some goofy art project, but I think I read about it the other day and I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's too much.
Yeah. If you need to like risk your life when you're playing a video game, maybe you should quit gaming.
Yeah, quit gaming. You just, go to the woods, shoot some real wood stuff,
You shoot some guns, bro? You a hunter?
Yeah, I'm not a hunter, but I shot guns before.
Yeah.
I like
fucking like with the
we're just like handguns.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing this. With the handguns. With the hands. No, but the irony is like the 22 caliber is pretty good. I don't get why people have to have big guns. I don't get the whole big gun thing.
Is it 22 caliber like in a rifle or a handgun?
No, it's still a handgun, but it's like.
I get you, because the 44, the Magnum, that's much bigger.
Yeah, it's too big. It's like, because in Oslo, you can go to a place and pay like 700 krones. You can shoot with different guns.
Oh, wow.
So I went there and just, so I shot with like the smallest gun and then the middle and then the biggest.
Yeah.
The biggest, I was like too impossible to aim.
Yeah.
It was just completely unnecessary. It looks cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, makes no sense using it. But the little smallest gun, you can just actually aim and shoot, but it's, I don't know, it's just a masculinity thing. It's like, the big gun is better because it's big type of thing now.
Yeah. Dude, I went to this range in I think it's in Røa, around there, and we were doing skeet shooting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was actually pretty fun.
Oh, nice.
Because like they're launching up like all these like clay pigeons, and clay rabbits and stuff like that. Yeah, it was good. But the noises of guns scare me. Like, they're too loud.
It's too loud?
Yeah, for me. You get the earplugs in and like, we went to this place in Poland a few years ago and we shot some guns there. And we got like AR-15s and AKs, and I was like, oh, it's too loud. I'm too sensitive. I can't get into it.
I hope you didn't say it out loud. So the Poles.
No, I couldn't say it out loud. I was like, let's give me a louder gun.
I don't want to hear anything. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, my ears. Yeah, I think the Polish people would probably like beat you up if you said it was too loud.
I mean, the guy there, he was a very serious guy. And there was like a like the piece of paper. It had like a terrorist holding a hostage, and it was his wife. And I accidentally shot his wife a bunch of times. He was like, oh, that's my wife.
Yeah, he probably hates his wife. Though.
Yeah, right. That's why she's on a fucking target at a gun range.
That's crazy. But that's good motivation to aim properly if you love her. I
love her. If you love my wife,
don't
shoot her.
Don't shoot her. Yeah, it's crazy. I should try having with yourself as the terrorist and the victim. Like, who you gonna shoot? That's like, who am I? Who am I?
Which one are you? But you're me. But who am I?
And then pop some acid right before, then trip out and be like, And then,
I got two guns. One for each of you.
And shoot everybody by accident. That's an idea for another time. But have we talked too much now? Or
I think so.
Yeah,
dude, we're talking about shooting ourselves with two guns.
When the podcast is supposed to be over, it's like when you talk about acid and guns, then it's like we're talking about everything. So,
we got it covered.
Yeah, but it was a nice conversation.
Dude, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really fun. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, just follow Inya James on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe and like this video.
Smash the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe. Dude, thanks so much for being a guest. I love talking to you. I'm a huge fan, and I can't wait to see the show. When's the first show?
It's 1st December.
1st of December. All right, I'll be there.
Thanks.
All right, see you, ladies and gentlemen. Mwah.
Mwah.